strong and of a good courage.
With the Israelites.
You know, read.
Be not afraid. Neither be.
Hey man, I'm right here, man. You don't gotta yell, man.
Neither be dismayed.
Or you don't gotta stand on the pedestal, right? You gotta meet people where they are, right? Why you guys yelling, man? Distracted.
For Yahweh thou most
Actually, I walked all the way down here.
For Yahweh, thy power is with thee,
too much white noise, bro. Too much distortion, right?
Whethersoever thou goest,
whether we go here or whether we go there, the Lord is with us, man.
Ain't nobody listening, bro.
In Genesis,
Ain't nobody listening.
He was gonna come into
and y'all going about it all the
cloud
wrong
by
way.
day and as a fire by night, man.
Verse 10, that Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying,
told you to make
pass through the host and command the people, saying, prepare
the younger person, I get aggressive.
for within 3 days ye shall pass over this Jordan to go in to possess the land.
Go to Jeremiah 35, 15. You know, the Lord said in Job chapter 2, the sons of God have came to present themselves before him, and then Satan cometh to meet them. And I'm led to believe the Lord gonna have one of the men of the Lord put him to death. And that's what I'm led to believe, man. He come up here wanting to fight because he got rebuked, man. He couldn't take rebuke and correction. But now he been wanting to fight. He been stirring up and conjuring up demons, you know, and trying to cast those evil spirits on the men of the Lord, man. You know, read that.
Jeremiah chapter 35, verse 15.
Right?
I have sent also unto you all my servants, the prophets,
Right?
rising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now every man from his evil way.
The Lord said, return in every evil way that you have done it before him, man. We all got to continuously repent day in and day out, man. Correcting ourselves and reproving ourselves, man. Because before we can come out here and reprove and rebuke other people, hey, we got to get out the more than in our own life, man. That's what Yahweh said, man. You know? Keep reading.
Return ye now every man from his evil way, and amend your doings, and go not after other gods to serve them.
And a lot of brothers don't even know this, but they going after other gods, man. Men pleasers, you know, vain. Brothers got vain thoughts, man.
Right?
You know, brothers be on the plantation all damn day. You know, brothers don't be wanting to teach their wives. You know, brothers don't want to uplift themselves in the word of the Lord, get a damn job, and keep reading. You got a question?
Yeah, you got like a cash app or some shit?
No, we're not playing those. We teach the Holy Bible. We teach that the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man are God's chosen people according to the Bible. The real Jews. And that so-called white people have to go into slavery when the Lord comes back. That's what we teach. Want to hear it? Give Revelation chapter 13. Is it a bad thing what happens to these people on this side? Not rape, robbery, and murder, and castration. That's not a bad thing.
That's not what
So you don't know the history of America. I don't have to. No. They were raped, robbed, and murdered by your ancestors. Are you a white man? What are you? Half Hispanic according to who? Which from your mother or your father?
My mother.
And your father's what? Mexican? From the land of Mexico? So these ancestors go back to the Aztecs? So you would be Indian. So if your father is a so-called Hispanic man, you would be from one of these 12 tribes, chiefly the tribe of Israel. God's chosen people. You gotta separate from your enemy. How do you, what did that, y'all people weren't speaking the language of Spanish until they came over and conquered the land. I mean, that's true. It's not oh, case in point. Those people raped, robbed, and murdered your ancestors. And there's a righteous retribution coming from God because of what they did to these people on the side. Read that.
of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9.
And if you are an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar, you will receive this, accept it, and you will wait patiently and rejoice in it. Read.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
If you have ears to understand it, you will be able to see.
He that leadeth into
So
captivity
they led your people into slavery. Read.
shall go into captivity.
The Lord said in the days to come, they will go into captivity because of what they did to your ancestors. They, those Europeans that taught y'all Spanish, the Europeans that taught me and my people English. Read.
He that killeth with the sword
They killed your people with a sword. They stabbed you in the back. You know, they did it to the Gadites. They did it to all 12 tribes, man. What the Lord say gotta happen?
must be killed with the sword.
Bro, they made you.
Must be killed with the
Now
sword.
they gonna get away because they got nukes.
Must be killed with the
So
sword.
when the Lord comes back, they must be killed with the sword because of what they did to your ancestors and mine. Because we all are one nation of people. God's chosen people. We come from the same forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Read.
Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
So we're patiently waiting on the retribution and the righteous tribulation that the Lord has set from the foundations to come upon them. Because it's been years and years and years. Has anything happened to them for rape, robbery, and murdering your people? It's not really. If you think about it, nothing has happened to them. They bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They won World War II, World War War. They have World War II, World War III, but they can get destroyed. But they won World War I and World War II. What do you mean by pure? Well, the Bible disagrees. It don't say those specific names, but it has nations of people in the Bible. You got the Israelites and then you got the heathen. The Edomites is their true name. Edomites, they come back from, they go back to Esau. He comes in Genesis chapter 25 with his brother Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes.
So the 12 tribes of Israel is that following the Christian Bible?
This is the Holy Bible. You can say Christian, but not the Christian, not the idea of the religion Christianity. No, those are two different things. This Bible has nothing to do with Christianity.
What is it?
This Bible is a heritage for one people. These people. A history book. And we're gonna prove that. What's about
The book of Genesis chapter 17, starting at verse 7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a most high unto thee, and to thy seed after me.
So this book is about a covenant that the Israelites.
Fuck Trump.
That's right. That the Israelites made with the Most High God. And the two parts of this covenant is if they keep the covenant and the commandments given to them, the Lord will bless them and set them on high above all nations. The other half of that covenant is if they don't, the Lord will raise up their enemies and persecute them with the sword. And that's what they did because of our disobedience. Y'all started worshiping the sun, the moon, and the stars, and we just started being wicked. Well, wickedness is when you go against the law, statutes, and commandments. Ordinances, like sheep feeding. Everybody that you see on this sign, they eat pork. That's a commandment that you're not supposed to do. Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. Everybody on this sign doesn't keep the Sabbath day. The seventh day of the week. Don't let Satan take your word away from you.
No, I know, I hear you. I'm not saying it. But I'm listening. What I want to do is, y'all got some kind of, like, something that I can take, something to help later on, or something, because I mean, he's not right here, and that's my hope. So, like, what can I do to take on the real one?
Well, you can get you a Holy Bible. You can read that. We also have a YouTube channel. It's called The Fisher Men with an E. Right here on the brother show. Help you out. You can take a picture of it and make it.
No, I'm falling right now, so that way I'm not going to take this.
Fishermen with an E for Zion. In the military?
No.
Fisherman. Well, if you know what's going to Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. So these people came together on the first day of the second month.
And they declared their pedigree.
Your pedigree is your genealogy. How you declare your nationality.
And they declared their pedigrees after their family. By the house of their father. By the house of their father.
You declare your nationality based on the seed line that comes from your father. If I take an apple seed and I put it in a packet of green, what comes from? What plant is going to come from that apple? Your father carried the seed. It's definitely better than whatever seed your father put into that soil, no matter the nationality of your mother, it's going to come from your father. Based on the Bible. Based on what I got. So, your statement about being half Hispanic, you will be fully so called Hispanic, but chiefly, Israelite, so you will be an Israelite. So if your father goes back to the Aztecs, you will be an Israelite. Not a Mexican, not a Hispanic. It's a color. You know what I'm saying? It's a color. I know them right before. The nation is Israel. That's the nation. God. They believe in that, right? Well, nothing predates the Bible. The name Jesus didn't exist until the 60s. The letter J didn't exist. That was no, Howard Johnson. Come at the same feedback. All that's happening comes back. The enemy going to capture everything. Howard shot. Everything about the Heavenly Father. That's your statement. That's your kingdom. Not Donald Trump, not Joe Biden. Those men are over. But Howard shot comes from the land. See, that's your history. love you. If you were from the tribe of Issachar, we love you as a brother. Hope and wish that you repent, man with God. But if you don't believe sincerely in your heart what God says, we can help you.
I mean, generally, I do sincerely believe in love and passions. One fight for the Lord.
Does God hate? God hates.
God condemns.
God doesn't hate.
God does condemn.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13. And it reads, as it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob is the seed, a father. He was the forefather of Israel. The Lord said he loved Jacob.
But Esau
Esau,
have I hated.
the Lord hates Esau. When he says he hates Esau, meaning he hates everything that comes from his seed line, which would be Edomites. Chosen. They're not on that list. This is the chosen. Jacob and Esau are brothers. So the Lord hates Esau and his seed line, but he loves Esau. Because it's an equal balance. Just like you thought. Good and there's evil. Always it's going to be good and evil. Always you got the superhero and then you got the bad guy. You got Batman, you got Joker.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight.
Just wait, this is the light. Love Jacob, hate Esau. So a lot of people, they take it like a rhetoric that was given to them by their enemies. Not these people, but the people that subdued them and gave them their language and told them that they had to do and do or celebrate all the holidays they created. Where's your God? Where's your holy days at? That was in the Bible. But your enemy told you that you got to keep Christmas. They kill it. But they killed millions and millions of the so-called Native American Indians, the so-called Hispanics, the blacks, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, millions of these people. They literally almost annihilated the Native American Indians off the face of the earth. Extinction. The Lord said he hates them because of their wickedness. It's not about what I said. The President's literally reading out the Holy Bible. For a man to say that he doesn't believe in righteous retribution, righteous balances, that man doesn't believe in God. This is the word of God, right? It's not my mouth. I'm not saying this. Did you write this, brother? Did you write these words, brother? Yeah.
I don't even care.
In the flesh. May have a spirit. Chief, that these words came from the Most High God. So, you gotta get there, or go lay down. So, the Lord said he hates evil. I didn't see that. The Lord hates evil. So, I fear the Most High God. I love the Lord. So, I'm gonna hate Esau too. With a perfect evil. I ain't gonna do no evil to him, because that's just not right. I'm gonna, hate. People say, hear the word hate, they think it's, this evil thing. What they did to us, no. Hate it's just an opposite of love. That word like, that's in between hate and love. People just take that word like. You can't be in the middle. You like it, or you hate it. You love it, or you hate it.
Look at Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 3. And say unto it, thus said Yahweh Most High, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste. Thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Right? So Mount Seir is between Georgia, Russia, and the Caspian and Black Sea. That's what that habitation is. That's what they're supposed to be at. But they're not. They're in America, they're in Europe, they're in Russia, they're in Canada, all over the earth. It actually is about it. Well, chiefly it's not, because the Lord made them a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth. Correct. But chiefly that's where they're supposed to be. The Lord gave them that for their land mass, just like he gave us the land of Israel. That's our land. That's right. But they're there, claiming to be you and me, the chosen people. So they are impossible. Well, you would just be listening. And be able to write something down. You were right. you are a man of the Lord, you are from this king's chosen seed line, your spirit is going to bear witness. Meaning you're going to receive it. It's going to hit you like, you ever imagine what it felt like to be hit in the gut by Mike Tyson? Hearing these words of the Lord, if you're a man of God, it's going to hit you like that in your spirit. You're going to feel it. Dang. How much did he do it like maybe about 2 minutes? Your spirit is going to bear witness with the words of the Lord.
Yeah. Is there anything I can take with me to follow up on what you recently?
Are you drunk? Have you been drinking?
I've been drinking, but I'm not drunk.
All right. Well, you got the YouTube channel, so you can learn from the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Thank you.
Go back to
Joel chapter 2, verse 27.
right?
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
Right?
and that I am Yahweh your most high,
Right?
and none else.
The Lord is the only God of the Israelites, man. He's rebuking, correcting, and judging the Israelites only in these last days, man. But chiefly, he's judging the whole earth. But he gonna start at his people, man. Why? Because he gave us the responsibility, to govern the earth in righteousness.
Right?
But what we do, go into all manner of sin and idolatry, man. And most importantly, we didn't stand up for our laws. We didn't stand up for our statutes. We didn't stand up for our commandments and our heritage that the Lord gave us, man.
And that I am Yahweh your most high power, and none else.
Right?
And my people shall never be ashamed.
Now we should be ashamed.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
You got a lot of our brothers and sisters within the world that know or may know about the Israelites, but they're ashamed to confess it, man. Like the brother just did. He may or may not be an Israelite, but he said, I can't get down with that, man. He can't get down with the Lord killing off his enemies. I'm not to believe every man up here standing beside me and every woman wants the Lord to do away with his enemies, man. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be beside me, man. Because I pray to the Lord with this spirit around me, man. I don't want no double-minded man around me. No unstable man that don't want to keep the commandments. That don't want to believe in the Lord. The things that the Lord has prescribed by his chosen people. Righteous men that have the Holy Spirit on them. To describe these things out, man. Read.
Verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Right?
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
Right?
Your old man shall dream dreams. Your young man shall see visions.
The Lord said he got his spirit out in the last days, man. That precept was talking about chiefly the Israelites, but on another level, the Lord got his spirit of death, his spirit of chaos and rebellion and pestilence, all going through and to and from the earth, man. Earthquakes, them angels that hold the four corners of the earth, that one that holds the wind and the seas, and the elements of the earth, volcanoes. Hey, those spirits are on the earth too, man. But chiefly you got the spirit of prophecy on the earth, man. Right. Men going out and shaking their head, correcting and rebuking, uplifting. Hey, that's chiefly what we got to be doing in these last days, man. Yeah, we breaking down the strongholds, but we got to uplift our people, man. Give them hope in these last days. The Jake ain't got no manner of faith, man. The Lord said, shall he find faith on the earth in these last days, man? Read.
Verse 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will shoot wonders in the heavens and in the earth.
And there's all manner of signs in the heavens and the earth. You got clouds changing. Brother said they ain't never seen some of these clouds before. You got chariot, and a numerous amount of chariots fighting. You got damn missiles flying. You got all manner of chemtrails in the air. You got storms. It's all manner of signs in the heavens, man. You got the sun and the moon in the air at the same time. Read.
And in the earth, blood and fire.
Blood and fire is roaming this earth, man. All manner of places catching on fire, man. The Lord blowing up buildings. And that stuff is coming to Babylon the Great, man. Soon to come. I don't know how you say this about the movies in the theater, coming soon to theater. Hey, man, this stuff is coming to Babylon, man. I'm led to believe, I ain't gonna say that because that's often say that, you know, when the Lord gonna send this destruction. But hey, I'll say this, it's coming soon, man.
Right?
You know, hey, brothers should be throwing up prayers if the Lord send this stuff, man. You know, keep reading.
And pillars of smoke.
What verse you at?
30.
Nah, read verse 31, that's it.
Verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness,
Right?
and the moon into blood.
And it's been, hey man, ever since we did that nationwide fast, man, it's been a plethora. I'm gonna say it's been about 5 blood moons in a row, man. You know, and that's a sign to the men and women of the Lord that hey, death is coming, man. All manner of chaos, you know, and just outrageous activity on the earth, man. Read.
Before the great and terrible day of Yahweh comes.
Right before the great and terrible day of the Lord, man. This day gonna be like nothing that any man on the earth has seen, man. Nor any man in the past has seen. Read.
Verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be delivered.
Right? And the Lord, men and women that call on the name of the Lord and believe that the Lord is gonna deliver them, hey, they're gonna be delivered, man. But with that, I say, come Yeshua, come Yeshua, come Yeshua, come Yeshua, death to America, death to America. Right, I'm gonna pass it to the next mighty brother through the Spirit, man. You know.
Come. Give me Matthew chapter 12, verse 32.
I could read.
Somebody he's dead, alright, we're gonna pass out to
Book of Matthew chapter 12, starting at verse 32. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him.
Read that again, call it again.
Matthew chapter 12, starting at verse 32. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Spirit, it shall not be forgiven him.
Right, read on.
Neither in this world, neither in the world to come.
Right, read.
Verse 33, neither make the tree good,
Read again.
neither make the tree good,
Right,
and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt,
right.
and his fruit corrupt.
So you either make the tree good, right, and the fruit good, or you're gonna make the tree corrupt, right? And you're gonna find out that this fruit comes forth out of your mouth, right? That's where the fruit is spring out of, right? Because I mean, the fruit can't come out of your hands, right? Can't come out of your fingernails. The fruit is gonna come out of the things that you say, the things that you issue, right? Because whatever you say, that's what will be, right? Even in the beginning, the Most High said, "What? Let there." Right, the Most High started speaking things and things started becoming. Right, that's the fruit. Right, it comes forth out of your mouth. Right, you know?
For the tree is known by his fruit.
And the tree is going to be known by your fruit. Your tree is going to be known by the things that you say. Right, what's going on, brother? All right, peace. Can I ask you a question? You believe in God?
I believe in a God.
You believe in a God? Now, I got a question for you, brother. What is the name of the race of your people? Like, what's your nationality? You don't know. Isn't that an issue? Isn't that a problem? That's not an issue. So when the white man could trace himself back to France and Spain and Germany, you don't see that a problem with you and your people? Do you care about your people? You don't care about your people. Why, brother? Why? Why don't you care about your people? So you don't care about how brothers is getting shot and gunned down and killed in the streets and injustice. You don't care about that.
Damn.
You don't cry inside about that, huh? See that? Are you a coon? I'm asking you. Brother, I'm asking you. But you say you don't care about your people, so I want to know. I want to know what draws the conclusion in your mind to say, no, I don't give a damn about my people. You said what?
They don't give a damn about themselves.
So who is going to stand up to fix the minds of our people to make them give a damn about
Why I
themselves?
gotta be you though? Why I gotta be me?
I mean, why can't it be you, brother?
I'm cool. I don't want the headache.
You don't want that headache? All right,
Damn.
y'all said, give me Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Well, guess what? There's men on the earth that care about their people. And there's men on the earth that's going to save their people. And I was just wanting to see if, you know, if you fit the characteristics and those qualities, if you was going to help and save your people.
Damn, that's
Because
crazy.
guess what? You in the days of judgment. Yeah, you living in the days where America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction.
Right.
And you could be saved out of that if you were to be a salvation mechanism for your people. Or you're going to get killed for not caring about your people. So you got to choose this day what you're going to do.
Served, huh?
All right, well, I know I ain't been caring about my people. Let me start caring about them. Or you could just stay back on the left-hand side and say, I'm going to continue to not care about them. Give me James chapter 5, verse 20. Yeah, read that.
James chapter 5, starting at verse 20.
Yeah, read this first.
And it reads, let him know that he which converted the sinner.
Hey, brother, you listening? All right, this scripture is for you. This scripture, this Bible, is written to the so-called black man. And it's written by the so-called black man. And this is what your forefather told you. Right, read that.
Let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his ways.
Because your people are in sin. Your people are the people that's killing and shooting innocent babies and shooting grandmothers and shooting nieces and daughters and sons. That's your people that's doing that. Your people are the ones that's gangbanging. Bloods and Crips, GD's Vice Lords, 8th Trade Gangster Crip. Your people the one that's doing that foolishness. Right? And this is what the Lord said to that people that's doing that foolishness. Read that again.
Let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way.
Right? Converting the sinner is changing their minds, brother. Like telling them to stop being a nigga. There's no such thing as I'm a real nigga. That's never been a such thing. You wanna know who the real nigga is? The so-called white man is a real nigga. He the one that infiltrates your neighborhood and teaches you to be a nigger and kill your own self. Well, brother, guess what? You're an Israelite and you gotta repent, brother.
What?
And you gotta start caring about your people, brother. Yeah, don't let that come out of your mouth no more, brother. That's madness, man.
That's wicked.
That's absolute. I could have got on him, but
That's wicked.
plant the seed. Plant the seed. He doesn't. I'm led to believe he doesn't really know the magnitude of what he just said. He doesn't really know. He's just a hurt Israelite suffering the curses, man. Give me Amos chapter 7 verse 17. Read that again.
Let him know
That's
that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way
Right?
shall save a soul from death.
Shall what?
Shall
save a soul from death.
He doesn't know that he could save his soul from death, man. Right?
crazy,
And he's just a hurt Israelite that's seen trauma, that's seen heartache. You know, he got that New York accent, you know, where it's rough and rugged out there, where, you know, they pick on you for no reason. You know, they call you D-head, sup D-head, right? You know, pick on your sneakers. Yeah, the people from New York, their mind is gone, man. Their mind is gone. So he's hurt from all the atrocities that's happened to us, and that led him to not care about his people. But the Lord gave his life so that we can receive salvation now. We got a second chance through the remission of the blood of Yahweh Shah, man. Like, read that real quick. Amos chapter 7, verse 17.
Book of Amos,
Get that
chapter
up.
7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord,
Right?
thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
So for our sin and the things that we did, God said that our wives are going to be harlots in the city. Right? Our wives are going to be harlots in the city. Give me Romans chapter 1 and verse 13. Right? Read.
And thy sons and thy daughters
And thy sons and thy daughters
shall fall.
shall what?
Shall fall.
What happened to the brother?
Shall fall.
Our sons have fallen, man. And our daughter. It was a sister with him, man. You know? If she was in the spirit, she would have said, you know, hey, babe, we do care about our people. You know what I'm saying? She would have said it in a meek and humble way, you know? But our people are gone. Read that one more time. Our sons have what?
Our sons have fall. Shall like
This is
thy
crazy.
sons and thy daughters shall fall.
What happened to our people?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall fall.
We falling, man. You know, and you see it. You can just walk outside and see it. If you want to see the fall of the Israelites, just walk outside. Just walk outside, man. You know?
Damn.
That's our sons and our daughters falling, man. And that's a shame. That's an absolute. You never know what happens out here. You say, well, you know, it's kind of dead. I heard nothing's going to happen. Something is going to happen, man. All the time. Right? And something else could happen, too. and we fallen, man. Read on, keep reading on that.
By the sword.
By the what?
By the sword.
Right, the sword is the destruction, man. And the sword is also the so-called white man. That's literally the sword to tell you that in the book of Psalms, chapter 18. Right? The sword is literally, give me that real quick. Go to Psalms chapter 18. Right? By the sword, read on.
And thy land shall be divided by land.
And thy land shall be divided, man. Right? They even got something in America called redlining. Right? You don't hear about it nowadays, but this is something that was prevalent under the elites. They say, you know what? You know, we're gonna put a red line here, and this neighborhood, this area, is only gonna be for the whites. You know, for all the Negroes in this side of the area where the water is polluted, and you know, there's no river flowing, and there's no supplies for them to get anything. Throw all the niggers out there. Hey, the projects that I used to stay in, we stayed behind the damn a doo-doo sewer, man. Right, literally. It used to stink. I mean, of course, back in the day, you don't know why. You like, you know, it smell like this, and then you get immune to it. But then as you get older, you start doing research. Like, damn, this is a whole sewer we're living under. We're living behind. And I'm led to believe that the water was contaminated because of it. Now you're trying to figure out why little man and Day-Day, they can't pass the second grade. It's because they be eating hot Cheetos, and the water that they've been drinking is contaminated with filth, man. Feces and all type of madness. It's because our land has been divided. And this has happened to the children of Israel. Yasha Allah, man. The princes of the proud with God. Once high, now brought down low. Right, sister, you now got a time for a Bible verse? Just one. All right, read on.
And thou shalt die.
And thou shalt what?
And thou shalt die.
You see that? We're dying, man. We're the people that's dying. We're the people that's dying.
It's crazy.
You know? Read on.
In a polluted land.
In a polluted land, right? What type of wisdom is it for you to die in a polluted land without even going out for a fight, man? We're not even fighting. It's just, no, I don't care about my people. It is what it is.
What's the precept? We lay ourselves down in the street, let them walk over us.
Right, read that one more time.
And thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity.
See that? And Israel shall surely go into captivity, man. And that happened to Israel, right? Going into captivity with no fight. You know? I mean, no kickback, no push, no nothing. I really want to transport through a portal with angels to see if when we was getting put on a slave ships, if any brothers was out there bringing the precepts. I really want to know if that was, you know, was happening. I'm led to believe it probably wasn't happening. Because, you know, we was all jammed. We was serving other guys during the Dark Ages. We went absolutely off. Right? It might have been one brother, you know, and he had to go through that thing, and they said, shut up, Negro, and, you know, stop bringing out those prophecies.
Damn, they almost killed him.
Yeah, but I'm led to believe that it wasn't many men out there bringing the precepts when this was happening. No fight, no kickback, no push, no defending the word of the Lord. And our people don't do that. We just say, I don't care about my people. I don't care.
That's madness.
That's off, man. Give me Psalms 94:19, right? Read that.
Psalm 17
16.
and verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down.
Right?
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
From the who?
From the wicked.
Right, the Lord said, arise, O Lord. Right? Cast him down. Right? Cast down the Roman Empire, man. Right? Cast down the Dane Dynasty. Right? Where the Chinese men made us build the Great Wall of China.
Tang Dynasty.
The Tang Dynasty. The water. Cast down the Egyptians, man. Pharaoh and his treacherous cities and all of his mighty men. Right? Cast down those nasty Assyrians. Cast down those the nasty Greek Empire, man. The nasty, filthy Greek Empire.
Heathen.
Cast them down. Hey, the Most High is gonna cast down the Americans, which is the Greek Empire all over again. And what did the Lord call them? Deliver my soul from who?
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
We want to be delivered from the wicked, man. Right? Indeed. Where the so-called white man teaches you to be like him. The so-called white man doesn't care about God's chosen people, the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. He'll tell you that straight to your face. He tell you that every day. Every day you go to fill out a job application, he's never put up there the Israelites. The sons of Yasha'Allah, the chosen people. He's never put it up. You seen that on the... I've never seen it. So he's telling you every day that he doesn't care about you, man. Right? All the afflictions that you go through, the so-called white man tells you how he feel about you. Not only that, he teaches you how to be like him, which is the product of what our brother just said. Which is absolute madness. Right? Read that.
Book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Right? Read that one more time, Buck the show.
Book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Right?
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Right, read on.
Verse 17. Unless the Lord had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence.
Right, so the Lord said, who's going to stand up for the Lord? Right? Who's going to do it? Surely not that, brother. You know? Leave it up to the hands of LeBron James. You know? I'm led to believe LeBron has heard about the truth. Kyrie Irving, he's heard about the truth. Hey, Kendrick Lamar, man, if you're listening and watching the YouTube channel of Fisherman for Zion, right? Just saying it on the record that I'm an Israelite, that's not enough.
Right.
That's not enough. Right? It's not enough, brother. You should have said it again on your last album. And again and again and again. It should have been on every single song, but you didn't say it. You know? And I'm not gonna persecute you for going on national television with a crown of thorn on your head, with blood coming down. I'm not gonna persecute you for that. You know, he can kind of say, you know, Job 11 and 6, double to that which is, you know, brother Endure, I'm being spiritual, brother Endure, don't get on me. I say, well, brother, all right, brother. I say, all right, but you didn't say that we were the Israelites, and you didn't say we gotta repent, keep the commandments. So Kendrick Lamar, if you're listening, put it on, hey, tighten up, brother. Right? You got more work to do. You got more fishing to do, brother. Right? I mean, damn, people play the song, the album Damn a lot, you know. He can kind of say that, well, it's still the top album. Well, brother, you got a new one, brother. Put that out. Put it on the new one, brother. You know?
Deluxe.
Huh?
The deluxe.
Yeah, put it on the deluxe, man. Come out with another song that says, hey, you know, we the Israelites. And I'm going to go furthermore to say that we got to repent, keep the commandments, and Yahushua is coming back. Say something like that, brother. You know? It's commanded of you, man.
Indeed.
The Most High. It's all throughout the scriptures.
Indeed.
Right, read that again.
Verse 16 or
16.
94 and 16.
Book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Because guess what? If you're not man enough to do it, the Most High gonna put the spirit on another man to do it, man. The Lord don't need you. The Lord literally don't need you, man. Right? You may not be fitted for the kingdom of heaven. You may not be fitted to be a captain and a bishop and an apostle and all of the mighty works and attributes that it takes to be a part of the Lord's army. That might not be a part of your spirit. But guess what? It's going to be upon these men and these last days spirit that's going to be risen up from the dust of the ground, man. The Lord always rose up men from the dust of the ground. Adam was risen up, man. You know? Adam was risen up literally from the dust of the ground and was brought forth with all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and he was out there teaching the people. That's how Adam was. All of the mighty men. Yahushua, man, who you call Jesus Christ. He was born in Nazareth, man. That was the projects. You know? He was from the hood. And he was going in the temples, rebuking all of these mighty men with these mighty garments on, and, you know, they were proud in spirit, and he was cutting them up. You know? So the Lord is going to raise up men. Right? Give me that in Obadiah chapter 1. Right? Read that.
2 Ezra chapter 1, starting at verse 37.
At verse 17.
I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness.
Right? Whose little ones rejoice in gladness, read on.
And though they have not seen me.
And though they have not seen me, read on.
With bodily eyes.
Right, so guess what? There's men, literally, from the foundation of the earth, right? that believed in the Lord without even seeing him, man. It was in their spirit and their chromosome, their DNA, or whatever scientific words you want to use from Esau's linguistics you want to put on it. It was in their spirit from the foundation of the world to believe in the Lord because they was with the Lord. Right? The Lord put his spirit inside of them from the beginning. They was always prophets, always teachers. They were always on fire for the Lord. They was always believers. And that's the main part. Right? Because everybody's not going to be a teacher and a prophet and an evangelist. Right? Yes. You know? But they were believers that did not even get to see the Lord. Read on.
And though they have not seen me with bodily eyes.
With bodily eyes, read. So like we haven't seen the Lord yet. We haven't seen the Lord. When we was brought forth, our grandma taught us about the Lord. And when she taught us, it was about a white man, a white Jesus. Right? And gospel songs and tambourines. That's all we knew. We knew about tambourines, you know, play the drums, you know, get on the usher board, you know. That's all we knew. But we knew the Lord is real. I believe in the Most High. I got faith in the Lord. Because, you know, I don't know why. It's just in me to do it. Right? There's men on the earth that believe in the Lord and from the foundation of the world, and they're going to leave here believing in the Lord from the foundation of the world. Right? Read on.
Yet in spirit, they believe the thing that I say.
Right?
And now, brother, behold what glory, and see the people that cometh from the east.
Right? See the people that cometh from the east. Read on. It's talking about Yasha'Allah. Read.
Unto whom I will give for leaders.
Right, unto whom I will give for leaders. The people from the east are going to see these men that believed in the Lord, that didn't even see the Lord, man. You know? And the Lord was on the scene 2,000 years ago. We wasn't there in this body right here. You know? We wasn't there. There wasn't honey buns and rice cakes back then.
And zebra cakes.
Yeah, zebra cakes.
Fudge rounds.
Doritos. Yeah, but guess what? We ate those things, right? All top men of the Lord, all of the mighty teachers that you probably see on YouTube that you're,
subscribe.
I don't want to use the word fans, but followers of, you know, those men were subject to eat those things. They didn't see the Lord in his flesh. But check out what the Lord said, read.
And now, brother, behold, what glory, and see the people that coming from the east, unto whom I will give for leaders. Abraham. Isaac.
So the Lord is going to give you back Abraham. You get to go in the Bible and read about the faith that Abraham had. Abraham had good faith. Oh, he was going to sacrifice his son. He kind of did it, and then out of nowhere, the Lord, Abraham, you believe? You ain't got to do that, my son. That's faith. King Abraham had faith. I wonder if Abraham's back on the earth. Guess what? Never know. Right? And Isaac, read on.
And Jacob.
The Lord's going to send back Abraham's spirit, Isaac's spirit, Jacob's spirit. Right? These are the mightiest men that you can ever read about. Abraham, Isaac. I mean, who's more mighty than Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob besides Yahweh Shah, man?
Damn.
You know? I mean, if any brother raised their hand and say, me, guess what, brother?
Hey, wicked.
Yeah, brother, you going plain off. You know, read on.
OC.
Right? Hosea, read on.
Amos.
Right? The prophet Amos, man. The prophet Hosea, the prophet Amos is coming back on the earth. Read on.
Micah.
Right? The prophet Micah. Read.
Joel.
Right? The prophet Joel. Read on.
Abdias.
Right? The prophet Obadiah. Read on.
Jonas.
The prophet Jonah, man. Jonah's coming back on the earth, man. Right? Jonah was a prophet. You know? Jonah was a mighty. Hey, Jonah told the whole city of Nineveh that they was going to get destroyed in 40 days. But guess what? The city repented, and they didn't get destroyed in 40 days. You know? And Jonah was out there, you know,
shaking the hand.
Shaking the hand. He might have been afraid at first, but it was in his spirit, you know, of what things was going to happen in his life. Right, read on.
Nahum.
Right, the prophet Nahum, read.
Habakkuk.
Right, the prophet Habakkuk, read.
Sophanis.
The prophet Zephaniah.
Agrius.
Right, the prophet Haggai.
Zachary.
The prophet Zechariah.
Malachi.
The prophet Malachi.
Which is called also an angel of the Lord.
And these men are called the angels of the Lord. Right? So guess what? There was a brother in the truth in another camp. The brother said, you know what, brother? What if the Lord sent you a brother and the whole time he was an angel? And I kind of thought about it. That precept didn't come to mind. But it just came to mind through the Spirit.
Second Ezra 1:39.
Because the Lord said these men are the angels of the Lord. So guess what? If you're in the congregation of Israel and, hey, you might be standing beside an angel. Literally. You literally might be standing beside of an angel.
Angel of the
Because
Lord.
the Most High said it. Right? Which are called the angels of the Lord. Read.
Which is called also an angel of the Lord.
Right?
Thus said the Lord, I brought thee, so like I brought this people out of bondage, and I gave them my commandments.
Right?
By my servants, the prophets.
Read.
Whom they would not hear, but despised my counsel.
Right?
The mother that bare them said unto them, go your way, ye children, for I am a widow and forsaken.
Right?
I brought you up with gladness, but with sorrow and heaviness have I lost you. For ye have sinned before the Lord your God.
With sorrow and heaviness have I lost you, because you sinned before your God. Read.
And done that thing that is evil before him.
Right, which is idolatry. Read on.
But what shall I now do unto you? I am a widow and forsaken.
Right?
Go your way, O my children.
What the Lord say?
Go your way,
O my children.
Read.
And ask mercy of the Lord.
Right? And that's what we're supposed to be doing in these days. When the Lord sends you these angels, sends you these men, go away your children and ask mercy of the Lord. Because those are the days that you live in. You live in the days where you need mercy. Right? Because abundance of judgment is coming, man. Yeah, it's quiet right now, and you see little things here and there. But guess what, man? It's gonna get terrible out here, man.
Coming like a flood.
It's gonna get absolutely terrible. Right? A few nights ago, I was doing my thing, right? Late night, it was like 2 in the morning, and all of the lights went out where I was at, man.
Damn.
All of the lights. It was a little so-called storm. And I'm like, man, this is how it's gonna be in the days that's written in the scriptures. Where all of the lights are out and it's just utter confusion. There was people outside, because where I was at, there's people that, they doing their thing, working on themselves, things of that nature. Right? And all of the lights went out. I'm like, yeah, this is how it's gonna be. Confusion. People trying to find their car. They don't know. Well, which one is my car? Well, hold on, this is my car. Wait, get back. That's my car. Right? Those are the things that's gonna be going on, man. Right? So the Lord said, go my way, little children. What'd he say?
But now what shall I now do unto you? I am a widow and forsaken. Go your way, O my children.
Right?
And ask mercy of the Lord.
Right?
As for me, O Father, I call upon thee for a witness over the mother of these children, which will not keep my covenant.
Right?
That thou bring them to confusion.
That thou bring them to confusion, read on.
And their mother to a spoil.
Right?
That there may be no offspring of them. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth.
Right?
For they have despised my covenant. Woe be unto thee, Assur, that thou...
That's it on that, right? Give me, what you got? Yeah, read that.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 17. But upon Mount Zion
3 and 17.
shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Right, read on.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Right, give me Revelation chapter 10, the last verse.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
And the house of Joseph a flame, read on.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Read.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Right, so the Lord told you that he was going to send you Obadiah the prophet. And Obadiah wrote that, hey, before the Lord's coming back, and when the Lord comes, that the house of Jacob and the house of Joseph is going to be on fire, and they're going to take up so-called white people. Right? They're going to rally them up, put them in chains. Right, read on.
For the Lord has spoken it.
For the Lord have spoken it. And if you are part of any branch of Christianity, you cannot take this out of the Bible, man. You can't say, well, You know, that's in Obadiah. We don't really read that because it's only a small book. You know, we only read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and predominantly we only read Paul's letters. You can't do that, man. That's off. This is a prophecy that's coming to the children of Israel. Read on.
Verse 19. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau.
They of the south shall possess the mount of Esau. Read.
And they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim.
Right, read.
In the fields of Samaria.
Right.
And Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Gilead, right? So the Lord is going to give us our land back, and we're going to take these other nations, and we're going to implement the most biggest, most righteous slave organization and slave trade known to mankind,
Right.
called the Kingdom of Heaven. Read on.
Verse 20. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites,
Right?
even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem,
Right, read on.
which is in Shaphan, shall possess the cities of the south.
So the Lord is even going to give us those nasty, nasty Egyptians that had us in slavery 4,000 years ago. The Lord hasn't, you know, okay, well, that was only 4. No, the Lord still got that written down for a prized possession that we're going to receive from what they did to us way back then. Read on.
Verse 21. And the saviors,
And the who?
and
The saviors.
It's the point. And the saviors, read on,
shall come up on Mount Zion
right?
to judge the mount of Esau.
So you're going to have saviors in that day, right? These are men that care about their people, and not like that brother that said, well, you know, I don't care about my people. He didn't change his statement. He didn't say, well, you know, let me think about that. Let me not say that. Let me take that. He didn't do that.
Might be Edomite.
You know, that's why the Lord said he's going to reserve saviors. And saviors shall judge the mount of Esau. Read on.
And the kingdom shall be the Lord's.
And the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Read. That's it on that, right? Bring it up.
Revelation chapter 10, starting at verse 11.
Start at verse 10.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hands, and I ate it up.
So this is John the Revelator, right? Some scholars call him Saint John Divine, Saint John the Apostle, right? Read on.
And it was in my mouth sweet as honey.
Read.
And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Right, because John understood the Bible. Any mighty man that understand not just the Bible, but the other mysteries that's written within the precepts, right? The other thought patterns of the Most High, his belly got bitter when he understood those things, right? Meaning he was sorrowful in the spirit. He wasn't all joyous all the time, you know? He wasn't, hey, buddy, you know, all the time, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like that sometimes when he was with his people, but all this knowledge, the Lord said, whom much is given, much is required, but also give me Ecclesiastes
Chapter 7.
chapter 9. Yeah, the Lord said much through much wisdom is much grief, man. That's what the Lord said, right? If you know that a lot of your people are gonna get put to death, that's not gonna put you in the best of mood.
That's grievous.
Yeah, that's not gonna make you, you know,
Sure.
yeah. Right? Read that.
Verse
9,
11.
15.
And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples, and nations, and tongues, and kings.
Right? So read that one more time.
And he said unto me,
Right?
Thou must prophesy again before many peoples,
And thou must prophesy again. Read on.
again before many peoples, and nations, and tongues, and kings.
So Saint John John the Revelator got put to death on the Isle of Patmos, and the Lord told him that he was going to prophesy again, against who? Among many nations, peoples, and tongues. So Saint John the Revelator, he had to regenerate back on the earth to do the same thing that he once did. He did it during the Roman Empire, and then he had to do it through the American Empire. right? Because the Lord reserved righteous spirits to come back on the earth. That's all throughout the Bible. Right, read that.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 18.
Right, give me
For in much
Isaiah 55
wisdom
and 7.
is much grief.
The Lord said in much wisdom is much grief, man. Why you think Yahweh Shai, the Lord who you call Jesus, why you think that, you know, he was mourning all the time? Why you think that when he was around a whole bunch of people, he kind of got off the scene a lot of times? You know? It kind of, you know, the Lord was kind of disappearing off the scene. Yeah, because he probably went to go pray to the Father. You know, he probably shed some tears for his people because he knew what was about to happen to them. They was asking, it was like, Lord, wilt thou at this time restored again the kingdom of heaven to Israel? Lord, are we going to get the kingdom now? Are we going to get salvation now? I'm reading the prophecies, and does this add up, and what does this mean? And no, it's not time yet. Right, read that again.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 18.
Right.
For in much wisdom is much grief.
For in much wisdom is much grief. Read on.
And he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
He that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow. That's what the Lord said.
It's not my fault my ears work, right?
Right? Now, give me the book of
It's not my
Isaiah
fault.
25, verse 7. Right? Give me Job chapter 2 and verse 1. Give me the classic.
Book of Isaiah chapter 25, starting at verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
What kind of information?
He will swallow up death and victory. And the Lord God will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Lord Yahweh has spoken it.
Can you just answer a layman's
And
question?
it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our God.
This is everybody's God.
Lo,
This is our God.
It's the Ishmaelites' God.
Lo, this is our God.
It's the Edomites' God.
Lo, this is our God.
Read.
we have waited for him.
We have what?
We have waited for him.
We have what?
We have waited for him.
Read.
And he will save us.
So he might save us.
And he will save
He's
us.
thinking about saving us.
And he will save us.
This is Yahweh. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation.
By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Right? Give me the book and drop that. Give me,
Yo,
give me
can you
Matthew
guys
chapter
answer me like
16
a
and
few
verse
questions before I have to like?
19. Matthew 16 and 19.
I keep hearing like all this words, right?
Book of Matthew chapter 16, verse
It's not
19.
my fault that my ears
Read
work,
that.
right?
Book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 19.
Don't put your hands nowhere.
And I will give
Use your
unto
hands
thee
up there.
the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
What the Lord say?
And I will
Give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
What the Lord say?
And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Right, read.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be
Bound in heaven.
What the Lord say?
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Read it again.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Read it again.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Read.
And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
Dad,
Right.
what language is that?
Give me the book.
What language is that?
of,
What language was that? Like Shema,
Matthew
like what?
chapter 24. I mean, Luke chapter
Can you guys
24.
do yourself a favor?
verse
Give
1.
yourself a break for a second,
Luke
real quick.
24, man.
Since you guys are talking like all these words and I'm walking by.
No, you attacked us. You tried to attack us last time we seen you. We're not dealing with you.
Probably.
Yeah, you tried to attack us.
Probably, bro.
And
because
if you
guys
do it
are
again,
talking.
the Most High God gonna send His angels to send fire to you,
Who?
and your days will be no more. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Right?
Who is that?
Don't worry about it. Give me the
Let's play a test. Let's play one test real quick.
Book of Luke chapter
Let's
24.
talk about the God, right? Who is
Matthew.
the
Now
God?
upon the first day of the week,
Man, see, you guys-
very early in the morning, they came unto the supper, bringing the spices which they had prepared, and certain others
Loud
with
as a
them.
motorbike.
And they
Wouldn't
found the
bust a
stone
grape
rolled
in a
away
food
from the
fight.
subject. And they entered in and found not the body of the Lord
Right?
Yahweh
Loud as a
Shai.
motorbike.
And it
But
came
wouldn't
to
bust a
pass,
grape in a fruit fight.
as they were much perplexed, thereabout, behold, two men stood by them in shining garments.
Right?
And as they were afraid and bowed down their faces to the earth, they said unto them, why
In a
seek ye
room,
the
in a
living among
room
the
full of people
dead?
yelling out lies, you can always
He's
hear the
not
truth
here.
in a whisper,
what?
right?
He is not here.
He is what?
He is not here.
Read.
But it's risen.
And guess what? He's coming back to kill the enemies. Right, read
Let's
that.
think again.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1.
In a world, in
And
a
after
city,
these
in a
things,
in a
I
now I
saw
know,
another
full of
angel
people yelling out
come
lies,
down
you might
from
hear the
heaven,
truth in a whisper,
having
right?
great power,
Right.
and the earth was lightened
Christ, man, let's
with
turn the
his
volume
glory.
down, bro. I'm walking by.
And he
right?
cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils,
See that? The habitation of devils. Read on.
and the hold of every foul spirit,
And the whole of every foul spirit. Read.
and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right?
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right, read that.
Psalm chapter 41, verse 5. My enemies speak evil of me.
What the Lord say?
My enemies speak evil of me.
Read.
When shall he die?
When shall what?
When shall he die?
When shall they die? Right? Our enemies speak evil of us. They speak evil of us, man. When shall they die? You know? When shall they die? Right? Let's get the alabaster box.
Matthew chapter 26, verse
Face the east.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 4. Matthew chapter 26, verse 6.